My job is telling me I cannot request days off. I'm available 24 hours per week. My job has been scheduling me 19 hours a week, which means I'm 1 hour short for qualifying for any benefits including vacation sick days. I've been requesting some days that I'll need off for doctor's appointments for my baby, holidays and my birthday. I noticed that all my requests got denied. I asked HR and they told me that since I don't average a minimum of 20 hours per week, I cannot request days off because it would be an unexcused absence due to me not having PTO at all. I might just be dumb, but that doesn't sound right, especially since they're scheduling me this way on purpose. Man, I could never work for a place knowing that they are intentionally gating you to essentially put you in a hardship. OBVA corporate management whatever, but still. Fuck that shit. This won't be your last job in life. You take that time, don't forget to remind them that notifying them of your absence is just the courtesy to advise the employer you won't be in so they have time to make accommodations. My guy, I'm not sure if you know, but this is a deliberate practice. This isn't poor management. It's how the system is designed. The thought process is to always keep you just under the benefits threshold. That makes fiscal sense for the business even if it's morally abhorrent. But the terrible scheduling, refusing days off that you know they're not gonna book you for, giving you different hours every week, or only giving you a schedule a few days in advance is to make it difficult to hold another job or go to school. My job has been scheduling me 19 hours a week, which means I'm 1 hour short for qualifying for any benefits including vacation sick days. I've been requesting some days that I'll need off for doctor's appointments for my baby. Any employer who deliberately fucks with young parents this way should burn in hell. Can I have benefits? No. Well, I have some time off to take my baby to the doctor? No. We keep you under hours deliberately so that you do not qualify for benefits and can't ask for any days off. Fuck that place. I've been requesting some days. That is the wrong viewpoint. You are not requesting anything. You are notifying them that you will not be available on this date. You do not need to ask permission. Tell them that you're not asking for the time off. You're telling them when you're taking off. You might get fired, but they're screwing you around and jerking your chain, so they're not worth it. You should be able to find another part-time job easily. You need to change your language to match HR's. Submit your new availability schedule. You aren't asking for PTO, but letting them know which days you are available for work. Make sure to include a weekday or two so you can make appointments. They might deny the change, but it's where to start. If you are in a schedule-based employment and your availability is not fixed, don't ask. Tell. You are not available at that day. If they fire you, fire you. I am sure you can find another part-time job anywhere. That's not what unexcused absence means. Your HR is mentally deficient. Just because you don't get PTO and can't get paid for your requested absence does not make it unexcused. Tell them these requested times are for medical appointments and they'll need to work the scheduling accordingly. This is not a time off request. This is an availability notice. Also, start looking for a new job. Your company is being run by idiots. Tell them the following. You know they only schedule you just below the required minimum for you to qualify for any benefits. Therefore, you are not requesting time off. You are notifying them when you will not be available to be scheduled. If they want you to be available, according to labor laws, they must pay you to be on call for those hours, and subsequently those hours will be taken into account in regards to your eligibility to qualify for benefits. Find a new job ASAP. Tell them that you need OT work at least 24 hours a week to live, and if they cannot provide that to you, you will look elsewhere. The way I see it, you are basically on call for all of the other hours if you cannot book days off. And they need to pay you for that. Call in sick. If they fire you, collect unemployment on them. You're not getting a ton of hours, and I'm sure you could find something else if need be. They're right. You can't request days off. You tell them you won't be there on those days. It's not a request, it's a friendly heads up. So tell them this day you aren't coming into work. Just because they aren't paying you for time off doesn't mean you can't take time off. You just won't be paid for it. If you need a day off, tell them you will be out. It's a notice, not asking for permission. You don't have PTO because they've set you up so you don't earn any. That does not mean that you cannot take unpaid time off. If they don't want to accept that, put in the time you will not be available, and take those days. Why do you want to keep this job? There's so much part-time work out there. I will not be available from X to Y. Please make sure I am not scheduled for that time period, as I will not be working those days. HR may technically be answering properly, as the schedulers are intentionally keeping you below the benefit threshold and there is no PTO to request. However, schedulers need to know you will not be available. Once you state you will not be available to the schedulers, if they put you on the schedule, that's their own dang fault. Wow. You can tell them they aren't the only crappy employer swimming in the sea as you walk out. I'll tell you what I've been telling others about requesting days off. It's not a request, it's a notification. In this kind of job, just do whatever you want. You can't lose anything. There's nothing to lose. Instead, requesting days off, just send them the list you want be available. Since you only work 19 hours, tell them this is their problem now to schedule accordingly, which should be hard since you only work 19 a week. Dude, are you serious? Why are you accepting this shit? They can easily schedule your hours based on your availability. They're not entitled to full availability for point hours. Lol. You're not requesting. You're advising them you will not be there on that day. Time to find a new job. This is correct. You do not request. You just inform them you will not be in on that day. X200B. It's a part-time job without benefits. They do not pay you enough to get prissy when you need a day off. Aha, dear manager. But you see, I am not requesting off. PTO means prepare the others, and I am informing you that day X and Y I will be unavailable. So you have time to ensure operations continue. X200B. And with that, find elsewhere. They give you nothing. No benefits on purpose. So, why even be nice? Plenty of places can accommodate much better. Fuck that place. Fuck 'em. They want to play games. Time to teach them how to play. Don't say shit. Just don't go in. And if they try to say anything, tell them that you informed them well in advance that you weren't available. Obligations go both ways. If they want you to take PTO, they have to provide it. Not illegal and a very common practice. Many companies like this will watch your hours so closely they will send people home mid-shift while in a rush, just to avoid letting you hit the threshold average. That's cute. I'm not requesting time off. I am letting you know when I won't be here, and it's your job as manager to find coverage. Have a good one. On the flip side of this, make sure you are unreachable when you are not on the clock. If they are not willing to work with you, then you should not give them anything. Also, make sure that you work exactly when you are scheduled. If you are scheduled from 8 a.m., you walk into the building at 7:58, hit your punch at exactly 8 and then start to work. At pun hour time, you hit that clock exactly on time, even if you are in the middle of wiping a counter or anything like that.